Okay.
Well, certainly felt that one.
Yeah, we were breaking news right now. Well, we were watching that story there, getting it all together here.
Yeah,
you know, we felt our studios here in Studio City begin to shake.
Yeah, we could see the lights moving a little bit out here in the studio as well as the desk here. So certainly feeling it right now as we work to gather some more information, obviously, as to what exactly happened, where the epicenter of that was, and how many more people could feel it. Because, of course, sometimes you feel a lot and other places, even if it's nearby, feels nothing at all. So, you know, still very much in the early stages of
Yeah, it
figuring
was a pretty good rumble there for, you know, it felt much longer than it probably was, and that is what happens normally. I think Olga's in the Weather Center trying to gather what sort of information she can right now. But if you felt it, we would like to hear how far this was felt here. We're trying to gather information right now on the epicenter, which is why you'll see me look down here. But I'm hearing we can actually toss over to Olga. Olga, are you getting any new information about where maybe the epicenter was for this earthquake?
Yeah, you know, this just happened moments ago, so I am looking into that as we speak, but we certainly felt it here in the studio quite strong. So, you know, we get these every once in a while, but I am definitely checking on that, and we'll get back to you as soon as I have that info.
Yeah, we're all kind of looking at post right now. You can imagine that they're going to go into emergency mode, LA firefighters, LAPD, because they will do that as a precaution to make sure that they check the entire city and make sure everyone's okay. There has been no damage. So we're going to wait on word from officials here, but I am seeing people talking about hearing this as far as Playa Vista, over in the San Fernando Valley as well. So again, we're working on getting information. This just happened moments ago into our newsroom. We were sitting here as we were showing you that story there on the pantry, and we began to feel the desk start to rumble.
It was probably about 10 seconds or so, if not closer to 15. But again, going to your point earlier, that it's probably shorter than how we felt, because it felt a lot longer than that. And there was a moment there where we were wondering just how long this was going to go. You know, and I think everybody just got that big alert to keep an eye on what's going on.
Yeah, that big rush of, you know, you start to hear all the desks in the studio begin to rumble. You see the lights begin to sway back and forth. So that did feel like a pretty good shake, and I can imagine we are going to get updates on the epicenter here. I'm going to just look up USGS and try to see what we can get here. Of course, we want to get you the correct information as well. But yeah, just as we're trying to look up some information here for you.
Yeah, all very fluid at the moment, obviously.
There we go.
Getting told North Hollywood a 3.9 magnitude quake. So that's the latest information, seems like, from the USGS. So.
And that is probably why we felt it so strongly here. Again, our studios are in Studio City. We're hearing this was a 3.9 quake. The epicenter over in North Hollywood. We're not too far from there, just a couple miles away. Many times we go sometimes on our lunch break to places over there. And so, yeah, you definitely feel that. You can see, felt in Anaheim, Long Beach, Los Angeles, San Bernardino, definitely feeling some of that rattling happening just moments ago here, probably closer to 10:15, right?
And one of the things that obviously pops up so quickly, especially when there's an earthquake in Southern California, is you jump on social media and everybody will be quick to sort of assemble those notes and say, hey, earthquake, how bad did you feel it? Where's it coming from? Hey, did anybody else feel this? Oh, there it is right there, coming on a Sunday night, and felt for about, you know, at least a few seconds, if not closer to 15 to 20 seconds. So again, just all a bit of a surprise, naturally, as you imagine there in the middle of one of our reports this evening. And then everything starts shaking. So to come out and fill you in and kind of gather along this information as we are learning it as well, a 3.9 magnitude earthquake, according to the USGS, at the epicenter there in North Hollywood, but felt beyond those stretches as well. So still working on gathering a little bit more in terms of any after effects when it comes to potential damage or anybody hurt, because that, of course, is where we pivot to next. Hopefully it's all good news in that regard, but again, still very early in this situation right now as we work to gather more information for you.
Yeah, and it all unfolded right around 10:13, according to the USGS. Again, about the North Hollywood area, magnitude 3.9 earthquake that we felt. Definitely felt it again here in Studio City.
And I want to add there, Leslie, because the LA Fire Department, LAFD, I'm looking at their official Twitter page right now, or X page. They mentioned 3.9 magnitude quake located 1 mile east-southeast of North Hollywood, felt in downtown LA. At this time, and this is the important quote here, they're saying at this time LAFD is not entering earthquake mode.
Oh.
So providing you an update there in real time. This is within the last 30 seconds. LAFD tweeted this out. So just providing that for you as soon as we see it, and even seeing replies there that they, some people perhaps felt it in Los Feliz. But again, LAFD confirming that magnitude 3.9 quake, mile east-southeast of North Hollywood, felt in downtown LA, but most importantly, at this time, LAFD not entering earthquake mode. So at least something we can probably label that positively speaking.
That is, because most of the time, you know, our city fire departments, county fire departments will go into that earthquake mode just to check the entire city, make sure they, even on the smallest quakes or ones that we may not feel, we see LAFD go into earthquake mode, start checking just all the areas, make sure everything is okay, there is no damage. And I can imagine that they're saying that because of the magnitude of the earthquake. It will be interesting to really see the reason why they would not enter earthquake mode there. But yeah, people telling me, I felt this in West Hollywood. You know, we've been talking about the Oscars all night long.
Yeah,
And you
a lot
can
of people
imagine
down there. I mean,
over at the Oscars, they're probably feeling it. The after party, they are probably feeling it as well. So all of this unfolding definitely closer to the North Hollywood area, as you said, 1 mile east-southeast of North Hollywood, was felt in downtown LA, pretty good. Felt it here in Studio City, pretty good. It took us a minute to fully realize what was happening, because instead of that quick jolt, it almost felt like a rumble.
Yeah, and noticing just how kind of surprising it was in that moment, especially with us being so close to the epicenter there. It almost sounded as if and felt as if they were hooves or just sort of like large animals kind of barreling through, at least for the time being there. So that's how it kind of looked and sounded to us in this immediate moment. But again, you're seeing not just our reactions, but a lot of reactions across the area right now, with people saying, I felt it in Los Feliz or in Glendale or in Burbank. And right now, again, monitoring this for you and trying to gather as much information as we can with regards to anything happening next, right? What are officials doing, if there are any injuries or any reported damages anywhere in the area?
And you know, I think this is always a good time to remind people, what do you do in an earthquake? This was rather quick, and many people probably looked around and said, hey, what am I supposed to do at this moment? And
late at night too, relatively speaking.
And just a reminder, as we do have earthquakes here in Southern California quite frequently, the thing is to drop, cover, and hold until the shaking then stops. That was a rather quick one. Have not felt any aftershocks since then. But that's just a reminder to everyone there at home. If you're wondering, if you asked yourself in that moment, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Immediately drop down to your hands and knees. Use one arm to protect your head. Cover if possible. Take shelter under something like a sturdy table or a desk, and then hold on until the shaking stops.
And even one more time, pointing your attention to the bottom left corner of your screen there, where it felt as well. We brought this to your attention a few minutes ago, where it felt in Anaheim, Long Beach, of course, Los Angeles, as we're talking right now, San Bernardino, and it even looks like it says San Diego there in the bottom left corner, right below the lower third, the KCAL bug right there, San Diego. So, you know, we're all dealing with this in some way, at least in this immediate area. So we'll keep an eye on everything for you. But once again, USGS confirming that a 3.9 magnitude quake with an epicenter in North Hollywood hit right around 10:13, 10:15 this evening, just a few minutes ago, coming up on the 10-minute mark since it first started.
Yeah, and LAFD saying that at this time, LAFD will not be entering earthquake mode, but that they are very much aware of this earthquake. I'm just looking at social media again of people saying they felt it as far as Santa Monica, felt it, I think, as far as the South Bay. So a lot of people are definitely feeling it in West Hollywood as well. And
so far, not outside of that LAFD update in just the last couple of minutes, not seeing anything else really in terms of other updates or developments regarding the earthquake. Also have here on our desk, we have the USGS page pulled up as well, to just trying to kind of monitor anything that may be coming through, but nothing immediately developing in the moment. Obviously, if you felt anything, let us know, or if anything is going on in your area, would love to hear from you as well. But right now, in this moment, not seeing too much else in terms of updates when it comes to this particular earthquake in North Hollywood.
And Gio, really when you look at the magnitude, we know this was at least initially a 3.9 is what USGS is recording it as. It's considered a very slight earthquake. It could cause slight damage to some well-built buildings. Right now, again, we're hearing LAFD not going into earthquake mode. For us here, we definitely felt the rumble. Wasn't as bad of a jolt or a shake. So I wonder if it'll stay at 3.9 or maybe, you know, after they get more information, it'll start to lower there. But right now, 3.9 magnitude quake, considered really a slight earthquake on the scale.
And like you mentioned before, no updates when it comes to any aftershocks right now. So, you know, we'll wait and see if anything changes. But so far, it seems to have, you know, sort of come and gone when it comes to us noticing it and the reaction so far. You know, still scrolling through social media and seeing others if there are any particular marks on, hey, we felt it here or felt it otherwise. But, you know, it's, I think so far it feels like good positive news that LAFD is not entering earthquake mode, but we will, of course, you know, keep an eye on it if anything changes, because anything could change at a given moment, especially considering how it felt within those few seconds. You know, I probably wouldn't have guessed 3.9, but you know, when you're surrounded in a studio with heavy equipment and things are shaking and it sounds rather loud, almost to the degree that it would sound like when a heavy storm is over top of us slamming into the roof, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps that level of intensity would have made you think it was a lot stronger than it was, but at least so far, 3.9 quake in North Hollywood, according to the latest updates.
Yeah, right around 10:13 is when we felt it here in our studios. A lot of rumble. It sounded like maybe a truck was rolling through here. Many people feeling it all across LA County, as far down as the South Bay. Definitely feeling it downtown LA. You can really feel it there, is what we're being told from a lot of people. So yeah, definitely close to the Oscars venue, the Dolby Theater. We're talking about this earthquake striking there in North Hollywood. The Oscars happening at the Dolby in Hollywood. So as they're probably packing up, anyone lingering there, they definitely all felt it. LAFD saying they felt it pretty good in downtown LA.
Yeah, so we will, of course, continue to follow the latest on this 3.9 quake on KCAL News. We, of course, have our 11 o'clock newscast coming up on Channel 2 here in the next half hour. We'll keep you posted there. In the meantime,